In Jeff Bezos' own words, Invent and Wander highlights the core principles and philosophies that have guided him in building, creating, and leading Blue Origin and Amazon. In this collection of Jeff Bezos' writings, his strikingly original and unique annual shareholder letters, plus numerous interviews and speeches that provide insight into his work, his background, and the evolution of his ideas. Spanning a range of topics across public policy and business, from customer obsession and innovation to climate change and outer space, this book provides a rare glimpse into how Jeff Bezos thinks about the world and where he thinks the future might take us. Invent and Wander, the collected writings of Jeff Bezos, is a great book that shares the inspiring and fascinating story of Jeff Bezos, his obsession to create the most customer-centric company in the world, how he started Amazon, his core philosophical frameworks, such as regret minimization, it is always day one, disagree, and commit, among others. Here are the top 7 lessons from Jeff Bezos' Invent and Wander. Lesson 1. Study the basics of Amazon. Amazon, the largest online retailer in the world, has changed how we shop and what we expect on deliveries. More than half of American households are members of Amazon Prime, and Amazon had delivered 10 billion packages in 2018, which, by the way, is 2 billion more than the number of people on this planet. Amazon Web Services provides cloud computing services and applications that enable established companies and startups to easily create new products and services, just like how the iPhone App Store opened whole new pathways for business. Amazon Studios is making hit movies and TV shows, and Echo by Amazon has created a new market for smart home speakers. Amazon is also poised to disrupt the pharmaceutical and health industries. At first, Amazon's purchase of the Whole Foods market chain was nonplussing, until it became apparent that the move could potentially be a brilliant way to tie together the strands of a new Bezos business model, which involves online ordering, retailing, combined with physical outposts and super-fast delivery. Bezos has become the owner of the Washington Post and is also building his own private space company with the long-term goal of moving heavy industry to space. Lesson 2. Learn about Bezos' workplace fanaticism. After graduating, Bezos went to New York to apply his computer skills to the financial industry, where he ended up at a hedge fund run by David E. Shaw, which used computer algorithms to discover disparities in pricing in the financial markets. Bezos quickly took to the work with a disciplined zeal, foreshadowing the workplace fanaticism that he would later try to instill at Amazon. He even kept a sleeping bag in his office, in case he felt like sleeping there after a late night of work. Lesson 3. Understand regret minimization. When he told Shaw that he wanted to leave the hedge fund to pursue his idea, Shaw took him on a walk through Central Park and told him that it was a really good idea and was onto a good idea there, but that would have been a better idea for somebody who didn't already have a good job. Shaw convinced Bezos to think about it for a couple of days before making his decision. To decide on the matter, Bezos used a mental exercise that eventually became a famous part of his risk calculation process. He called it the regret minimization framework. He imagined what he would feel when he turned 80 and thinks back to that decision to minimize the number of regrets he'll have. He knew that when he was 80, he was not going to regret having tried it. He was not going to regret trying to participate in that thing called the internet that he thought was going to be a really big deal. He knew that if he failed, he wouldn't regret that, but he knew the one thing he might regret is not ever having tried. He knew that that would haunt him every day. Lesson 4. Follow Jeff Bezos' Day One mentality. Since the founding of Amazon, they've strived to maintain a Day One mentality at his company. By that, he means approaching everything they do with the same entrepreneurial spirit and energy as that of Day One. Even though Amazon is a large company, he has always believed that if they commit themselves to maintaining a Day One mentality as a critical part of their DNA, they can have both the capabilities and scope of a large company and the heart and spirit of a small one. Lesson 5. Know that there is no rest for the weary. Bezos constantly reminds his employees to be afraid, to wake up terrified every morning. Not of their competition, but of their customers. Their customers have made their business what it is. They're the ones with whom they have a relationship, and they're the ones to whom they owe a great obligation. And they consider them to be loyal to them, until the very second that someone else offers them a better service. Lesson 6. Understand what failure is to Jeff Bezos. One area where Bezos thinks they're especially distinctive is failure. He believes they're the best place in the world to fail, and invention and failure are inseparable twins. You have to experiment in order to invent, and if you already know in advance that it's going to work, it's no longer an experiment. Outsized returns often come from betting against the conventional wisdom, and conventional wisdom is in fact usually right. If given a 10% chance of 100 times payoff, you should take that bet every time, but you're still going to be wrong 9 out of 10. Lesson 7. Learn the power of wandering. Bezos believes in the power of wandering. All his best decisions in life and in business have been made with intuition, guts, and heart, not analysis. When you can make a decision using analysis, you should do so. But it turns out in life that your most important decisions are always made with intuition, instinct, taste, and heart. In conclusion, each of Invent and Wander's insights offers new ways of thinking through today's challenges, and more importantly, tomorrow's. The never-ending urgency of striving ahead, and never resting on one's laurels. Have you been a consumer of Amazon's services? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on my new content. You can also get a free copy of the audiobook by clicking the link in the description. Until next time.